Time to dust off the old nutcracker. Dependent Fanatic has been hunting, but I'm not after one of those bucks. I'm after the ones you can chop. And Michigan has a game before that, by the way. Michigan is at Maryland, who is 4-6 now. I believe they won their first 4 games and lost 6 straight or something crazy. Not good for them. Michigan has won 3 straight one-score games in this season. Michigan State, Purdue, and Northwestern. Not good for us either. If Michigan finds themselves in another one-score game versus Maryland, then I will have to start putting more blame on people for Michigan other than the special teams coordinator. All right, let's get into this game. Michigan is on the road at Maryland. And Maryland is scoring 23 points per game, 344 yards per game. 233 are passing yards, only 111 are rushing yards. Yet another team that can pass the ball and wants to pass the ball and wants to get it out early versus Wink Martindale's defense. Speaking of that defense, it's giving up only 18 points per game, 298 yards per game, 202 passing yards per game, and only 96 rushing yards per game. So Michigan is kind of Maryland. If Wink Martindale does the same old, then Maryland's going to get a whole lot of passing yards. That's the only thing they can possibly do. If we try to force them to run the ball, they're not going to be able to do it. Maryland's quarterback is a freshman, just like Bryce Underwood. He is 58% in 375 attempts, way more than Bryce. They only have 264 rushing attempts, so way over 100 passing attempts versus rushing attempts for Maryland. They are one-dimensional. Malik Washington has 13 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, and he gets the ball out quickly, just like everyone else does that plays Michigan if they are smart, because Michigan's coming towards your quarterback every fucking play. He's only been sacked 3 times. So what is Michigan's defense what is the game plan for Michigan's defense? Let's talk about running backs for Maryland, though, first. Dewan Williams has 111 carries for 409 yards. That's only a 3.7 average, and he only has 2 rushing touchdowns. But the backups are pretty good. They come in regularly, and Ray and Washington combine for 553 rushing yards for Maryland and 6 rushing touchdowns as backups. But it's Michigan's secondary that needs to shine in this game, entering the Ohio State matchup, of course. And at wide receiver, they have Shalik Knotts, who has 32 catches for 496 yards. That's a 15.5 average, and he has 5 receiving touchdowns. And at wide receiver, 2 others have 200-plus yards receiving on the season, which is not anything to write home about. But we have to pay attention to this running back, Dewan Williams, who has 35 catches out of the backfield for 330 yards, which is a 9.4 average, to go along with his rushing attack. Stop him, stop Malik Williams, and you're good. At tight end, Dorian Fleming for Maryland is another weapon with 34 catches for 297 yards and 2 touchdowns. So what can Michigan's offense do, though? And will they do it? There are two different things that they can do, and we will get to that here in a moment. But Michigan's offense on the season is getting 28 points per game, 418 yards per game, which 418 yards per game should be producing more points than 28 versus the terrible teams that we've been playing. But it's not the case. Michigan's only getting 195 passing yards per game. Only, I say, that's pretty good for a Michigan team. Going back through the years, who's doing better? JJ? That's about it. Going back to maybe Chad Henne. Michigan's getting 223 rushing yards per game, though, in this season. And Maryland's defense is allowing 24 points per game. One more than they are scoring, by the way, so, hence the 4-6 record. They are allowing 393 yards per game, 221 through the air, 172 on the ground. So which way should Michigan go? I wonder. If Michigan just sits Jordan Marshall, that'd be fine. That'd be okay in this game, I believe. If Michigan just runs the damn ball with Bryson Kozdal, Jasper Parker, and even Micah Kapana, whoever shows up, just run over these people. Michigan should win this game comfortably, along with Bryce Underwood's running capability. This should be a no-brainer. Michigan goes in there and destroys them on the ground. If Michigan establishes the run, then the game will be over early. Early, done for. And then Bryce can practice his passing. If Michigan establishes the run, but if we try to get cute early on and let our freshman quarterback play hero ball with only one or two legitimate wide receivers on this team, then this game is going to get a lot closer in score-wise and could go down to the wire yet again for Michigan. Michigan is built to be physical this season. Let's see if they can be versus a Maryland team that is 4-6. Underwood in the pass game comes after that. It comes next season. Michigan has two great wide receivers this year, maybe only one great one. McCulley is the second that, had 50 yards last week. He is capable. He's not great. Only one great wide receiver Michigan has this season. And it is Andrew Marsh, of course, the freshman. So, run the ball. If Michigan listens to Dependent Fanatic, which is I, hello, welcome to the channel. If you're new, this could be a 35-10 victory. And we won't even need Dominic Zvada to make field goals or win the game for us. If they try to be something they are not, it could be another one-score nail-biter for Michigan. No more 4th and 1s from the pistol or shotgun, please. Get up on the line and get the first down. Get the yard you need. What are you doing? What are you doing there? Samaj Morgan, glad to see he was pulled mid-game from punt return duty. We saw this from somebody else for Alabama too, Ryan Williams or something, trying to fight for too much punt return yards. You're not going to make it all the way. Go down. Go down and save the possession. Instead, Samaj Morgan fumbled that punt return. That was one of 5 Michigan turnovers. It's not all on him. But damn, that was when Michigan was up 21 to, I forget, like 9 or something. Michigan had this game up until that point, and then a couple more turnovers because Bryce had to start passing the ball. I don't understand it, and threw a couple more picks. He already had all those yards. He already made Marsh look good. Run the game out. If I had to guess, this staff will not listen to me, and they will still try to get Bryce yards and completions, maybe a touchdown or two. I don't know. I don't know how they can unless it's catch and run, and Michigan only has one of those guys. Samaj Morgan, ironically, is the other guy that could be a home run guy. Catch it, run, but he can't catch the damn ball. He's terrible. So, because of this, and because Michigan players are great, even though the coaching staff doesn't know what they are doing and doesn't know the identity yet, Michigan is still going to win this game. It's going to be a 27-17 type game, in my opinion. That's my prediction. It could be, like I said, 35-10, or if we go and fuck around, this could be a one-score game again. And if it comes down to that, and then I will not blame the refs for any kind of bad call at all. It's Michigan's fault. You should not be in a one-score game versus Maryland. Period. We have nuts to chop here. If we're in a one-score game versus Maryland, I don't know. I don't know if we can beat Ohio State at home in Ann Arbor. Of course, I am a realistic Wolverine fan, and I say that Ohio State is by far the better team than Michigan this season. But what Michigan has on Ohio State is the physicality, the running game, the shortening the game, the great defense, allowing yards in the passing game like Michigan does, but stopping the run. I think in the Ohio State game, Michigan needs to bait them to run the ball. Just keep everything in front. Let them become impatient and make mistakes. Maybe we get some turnovers in that game. It's possible. It's possible. So in this one versus Maryland, just of course come out with the W, like at Wrigley Field versus Northwestern. But it doesn't have to look like that. It doesn't have to be that close. Get the offensive line ready for this battle coming up versus Ohio State in the game. So Michigan wins this game, but it's going to be closer than it needs to be, 27-17, unless they establish the run and then play action off that and stuff. And then I think it could be 35-10. Maybe even 40s. Maybe Michigan could score in the 40s too. It's possible. We'll see. Got to establish the line of scrimmage. Thanks everybody for tuning in. What do you guys think? How is this game going to go? And is Michigan going to enter Ann Arbor the following week versus Ohio State 9-2? With a chance to beat the number one team in the nation and go to the playoff, but also maybe they get the spot in the Big Ten championship game. That could be, it is still possible. I'm not giving up hope. Hope you guys aren't out there either. Go Blue, everybody. Have a great night.